Hey, comic fans, how you doing? This is Jimmy the Geek Aficionado, and I want to welcome you to the first comic book history episode. Hey, comic fans, how you doing? This is Jimmy the Geek Aficionado. And he's going to work on how to do this. First comic book history. And that's much better now. Obviously, you can tell it's the first time. I am joined tonight with two very special guests. My good friend, Kavi from Comic Books NYC. And Paul from First Edition Comics.
How's it going, Jimmy? Howdy.
Not your first time live, though. So.
Not my first time live, but my first time trying to do something that wasn't just, hey, look what I got!
Yeah, that's true.
So, guys, I'm very thankful that you can join me tonight.
Yeah, man, thanks for the invite, man.
We've got a really cool thing to show up. So the backstory on this is I just got my first set, well, technically the second set because there's two sets, but my first set of the original photojournal guide to comic books produced by Gerber back in the 80s. And I'm talking to Paul, who's a huge Golden Age fan. And I'm like, dude, look what I got. And he's like, what's that? And I'm like, oh, no, we're going live. We're going to talk about this. We're going to show this off. And then I was really kind of surprised when I started talking to more people in the community about people who didn't actually either own them or even know what they were, which I thought was just criminal. But I can also understand why, some people haven't gotten them. Like Kavi, I was talking to you about that. And they just, sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I've known what they are for a really long time. I flipped through them several times, every time at a public library, believe it or not. And I never took it home with me, just left my flipping at the library and left because one of the things I'm afraid of actually owning it as a guy that does collect a lot of Golden Age and has gone really deep into it across, a couple of different genres, mostly Golden Age DC superhero, which is the priciest of the Golden Age genres, is I don't need like 5 more rabbit holes that I want to go down, like as far as categories. But that said, there's so much good stuff in that book.
Given the size, one of these books, there are some very deep rabbit holes to
Plus,
go.
They don't fit on my shelf anyway. So anyway,
make the shelf taller.
Maybe got to put it on top of the shelf.
See, I got the skinny ones up there. Those are the Silver Age. Silver Age is only about yay big, but these Golden Age ones are both enormous, and it's 2 volumes, right? Because they couldn't fit everything into a single volume. The first one covers A through J, and then the second one K through Z. But some of the really cool stuff about it is it's not just about the fact that, it's a photojournal, right? So it gives you pictures of every book that they could find in a series, including up to, certain levels. And there's a lot more information in it that's really important to a collector. And I thought that was wonderful that Ernst Gerber took the time and the effort to put that information in there.
Oh, yes. So much effort went into that, making of that.
Yes. And it's got a really cool backstory to it. So in the actual, we'll light up the camera here. I don't know how many people are quite there yet. Let's light this up. Let's light up the chat. We got Backseat Driver in who said he was first. And let's be honest, Backseat, I was here first. Zach B. in the house, comic collector. Thanks for showing up, guys.
Yeah,
K Titus.
And
I'm sure we'll get more people in later. Not a big deal. But I'm glad for everybody who has shown up and who's watching this and who's watching on the replay, because I hope this to be a very informative and interesting show. So let's get to it. I'm actually gonna switch us off, and I'm gonna add in the book cam.
Book cam.
Let's do that. And I just want to say konnichiwa to K Titus joining us from Japan.
Nice.
That is excellent. So as as shown, this is the Photojournal Guide to Comic Books, compiled by Ernst and Mary Gerber. And I want to say the publication date on this was back in the 80s. I don't exactly remember when, so we're going to take a look here. Publication date was 1989, so this is 3 years before I graduated high school, which makes it even more interesting because it hasn't actually been out that long.
Yeah, one thing I wasn't sure about was were there like multiple pressings of it or printings of it or whatever. You know,
I don't believe that there are.
I don't. I don't know for sure, but I never heard that there were. You know?
And I think there was, from what I've read in here, I believe there was intent to have multiple versions of this, right? Not so much multiple printings of it, but that they would be able to update it over time. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. And Ernst Gerber has since left us.
Yep.
But he did leave us an amazing history of comic books. So getting into some of the early information in here. So the preface here kind of starts off kind of telling his history and his involvement in comics and what he's actually been able to, like his experiences, with his stuff and kind of his history. For those of you who weren't aware, Ernst Gerber created the Mylar bag. They told him it couldn't be done, that it couldn't be made to work that way, and that's all in this preface here. But he figured it out, and he made a workable Mylar bag that is still in use today.
This is giving me flashbacks to the last time I looked at this at a library, but your boy NYC usually skips this part. So
well, it's funny to say that, but like there's so much rich.
No, there's a lot of great stuff here, but not enough pretty images for NYC.
I believe that these were some of the original Mylar bags that were
cool.
Right.
The open top ones, yeah,
the open top.
Yeah,
right, they called them snugs.
Yep.
So not only did he do that, right, but he made a lucrative business in that, and then he went on to try to compete with Overstreet Price Guide because he felt that it wasn't quite as accurate as it should have been portrayed, and he was intending to make a price guide that was more reflective of the actual sales that were happening. Now, again, this is back in the late 70s, early 80s. Yeah. But apparently, Overstreet had a lot of friends in the publication business, and they did not want him to compete. So even after putting all this time and effort into trying to put this magazine together, he had all these pictures. He had, over 11,000 illustrations and photos of books. But he's like, all right, so what do I do with this? And then that kind of grew. He's like, okay, I'm going to start actually putting this out, and I'm going to come up with, take these pictures and put them into something else. And that's how the Photojournal Guide was started. Following that, we get into the little introduction, but it goes in and starts talking about things like this, the difference between comic books in the marketplace, right, in society, and where they play a role as compared to baseball cards, stamps, coins, and how it's considered a lesser collectible compared to the rest of those items, which I think we've all come across that.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Right? Yeah. Nobody likes coins anymore. Yeah. So we can see that that's actually kind of taken over a little bit more. Talks about the stigma of collecting comic books and how they're just for kids. And then he gets into probably the most important piece.
Hey, last time I was with my grandfather, and he was looking at my comic books, and I never get to see my grandfather that often. He's in India, like all the way, and the other side of the globe or whatever. And he's like, that's for kids, Right. So like in some cultures, like that stigma still exists, I guess. Maybe, probably even in this culture, frankly. We're just kind of in our bubble, but it definitely it's a lot more in the mainstream now than it was back then. That's for sure. 40 plus years ago. So
absolutely. So then he also gets into the rather important perspective of grading comic books, and there's some information in the book that doesn't really stand the test of time, right? Because again, he intended for this to be, ongoing, but the prices that are in here are reflective of the time of 1989, and they reflect sales data. But he also talks about grading and about how grading is in the eye of the beholder, and about what's involved in actually grading and the grades that were the time, which at that time just simple, fair, good, very good, fine, very fine, near mint, and mint, right? We didn't have the lesser categories of the near mint minus or the minuses or pluses. There's a lot of it that's there. Another really important thing, he talks about value, about how supply and demand and rarity play into the value of a book, and about how sometimes rarity doesn't matter, right? Like in the case of scene of books that had 100,000 or a million pressings, that they're just their value is just nothing there. But some are, right? Like Spawn #1, right? One of the most printed books in history. Amazing Spider-Man 300, New Mutants 98. They're based on other things. We get into the scarcity.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 300 is the most graded comic book of all time, right? As far as like professional grading today goes. So.
Yep. There's a discussion on pedigree comics, including the Edgar Church collection, which was found by Mile High Comics. Preservation and storage. There's so much information in here that, it's just really, I haven't gone through all of it yet. I've read the Silver Age ones.
There's a lot of great information in the Overstreet guides also like this.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Over the years,
And I want to show that at the end, because the Overstreet guide is really indicative of a lot of information, not just a price guide, which I think is great.
Here we go. Here's my page one.
Yeah.
The Gerber guy.
Like Jimmy slowly unbuttoning his shirt.
Yeah. Yep.
There you go.
Teasing the zipper down with our teeth.
Yep.
So now is where we actually get into the books. So this is kind of like how they identify, do the identifiers and everything, and so that's not really important. It is important to some degree, as we'll look at reference data later on. So one of the important things I want to show here is when you see a blank here, that means that out of the hundreds of thousands of books that this man sought to find, there were some that he just couldn't get, right? And the likelihood, and that's what really kind of drives.
Right, because he wasn't dealing with like pulling from a pre-existing database. He was going around trying to get an actual cover example of every single comic book that came out in the Golden Age.
Dozens of private collectors and spent days photographing their collections, right? Flew all over the United States going to do that. And it's an impressive collection that he put together. But yeah, there are some that just don't have it. I like that. Nice Frank Frazetta Ghost Rider.
Oh, there's Magazine Enterprises. Those are really cool.
And so this is A1 Comics, right? Now these get identified, a lot of times as a number of different, by their names. But evidently, this is A1 Comics. That was the brand, and it'll go through by each of the titles, because we'll go from A1 Comics and
Cave Girl.
You got it up here. White Indian, Hot Dog. I'm a Cop.
That Manhunt issue is a really hard one to find. The one on the cliff there, I think it's 13.
One here?
Yeah, that one there is pretty valuable if you can get your hands on a good grade. That one's kind of a ghost book in some ways.
It really is. And we got
Ace.
Abby and Slats, Abbott and Costello, Ace Comics, and then our favorite.
I'm closing my eyes.
The Grail. Right?
Yeah.
Take a look at that guy.
Well, I don't need the Gerber guide to see these covers.
Yeah,
all I need is a heritage auction or comic book.
That's true. Yeah.
But dude, that page, like anytime I've ever looked through this,
Is that your starting page?
That's not my starting page. I start at the first page of books or whatever. But I mean, that's a page you got to just stop and appreciate for a second. I mean,
that's a train cover there.
Yeah,
that one's not looked after at all. All right, so you kind of get the gist of what's kind of represented in the book itself. So let's look at some.
As you can see, it's alphabetical by title, not by publisher or
exactly. Yeah,
whatever.
They represent the title. Oh wait, so you can't see that. So they represent the title here in the corner, and I know you guys probably can't see that very well.
Yeah, it's a little small for camera. But.
And then the publisher right after it.
Oh yeah, now you can see it.
Nice.
So this book is so big, I had to zoom out my phone camera just to take it all.
It is really big book.
Yeah, it's well oversized. Well, here, just to kind of put an example. So this is a Golden Age book,
right?
And that's
nice
about the size of it.
It's 5 by 5 on the it's 5 books by 5 books, like vertically and horizontally.
Well, it does for a bit, right? So we got 5 by 5. Well, actually, you go back to this one, the first one. I think it's
you can see the size of the cover of the bigger page. Yeah.
Okay, starting at action, it's 5 by 5.
Yeah. No, so starting here, it's 4 by 4.
Because it's 6 by 6 before that. It's 6 by 6.
Yeah. Well, it goes 5 by 5. More 4 by 4.
I wonder if that's an editorial choice, because these are such significance. Like those action covers, those 2 pages of action were intentionally got more real estate on the page. I think obviously because now you're dealing with these later number actions where they're 6 by 6.
And then even lower. So you get down through it. Like this is 108 through 143 and 144 to 179. And then we get into the next page, 180 to 215. But what you'll see down here, it goes, it skips around near the end. You get 224, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 35, 40, 42, 45, 50, 52. So it just starts hitting the keys. So you at least see those. Yeah. It's first Brainiac, first was it Lois Lane, Bizarro Lois Lane down here in the bottom.
Yeah, because aren't those technically late Silver Age books, or not late Silver, early Silver Age books?
Well, they're 10 cents, so
that doesn't matter. There are a lot of 10-cent DC books after 1955.
That's very true. So this book does cover from 1935 to 1965. So you'll see a little bit of Silver Age in here.
Yeah, which is what those are.
And then they re-represent those in the volumes 3 and 4, the Silver Age.
Yeah.
So here we go. Some adventure comics.
Adventure comics. Sandman. Cool title.
Yeah, it's a really good Starman and Sandman stuff.
Sandman.
Hourman.
Yeah. I've been getting a lot of Sandman issues. I think does Dr. Fate appear in any of these issues? I can't remember.
I believe so.
He's
in one of them.
I think it's issue 34 is one of the most hard to find books. Adventure 34, I think. It's an elephant cover.
Oh, that one. I don't know.
Right yeah, that one. Yeah.
Very interesting. We got a big hippo cover here. Some cool stuff. So, what do you guys want to see? Oh, here we go.
Dude, there's a lot in there.
First Valkyrie. Oh,
yeah.
Show that
one. I like Airboy comics, especially Air Fighters. Air Fighters covers. There's a really good one. I picked up 4 or 5 of them recently. One of them where Airboy is shooting a swastika on the cover, and it's really cool.
Nice. Yeah, what's up, Huda and DS in the chat? We're just chilling, watching Jimmy flip through Gerber guy, Volume 1 Gerber guy, because he picked up a set of the Gerber guides, Volume 1 and 2, recently. I know DS has it also, and I'm just watching it through Jimmy's screen, so I don't have to go to the library.
So here's where they have some actual information. They got All American Comics, and it goes down the list of the actual issue numbers. their publication dates, and we've got an RVI, which is a relative value index that goes through. So All American Comics #1, published in April of 1939, in 1989 was worth $1,800. Now, one of the really cool things, though, is they've got this other indica called SI, which I forget what the initial actually stands for, but what it tells you is kind of like a how that particular book would handle value over time, and like its weight, so to speak, and you can kind of use it like a multiplier. Get some all flash quarterly.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
Not a lot of issues in that run, but most of them are pretty good, especially the earlier ones.
Yeah, I don't have a ton. I don't have a ton of Jay Garrick Flash stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I think I have
32 issues.
books,
Yeah, I got more Aaron Hasen covers from All American when it comes to Green Lantern.
Cool. I like that Atomic Comics one because I don't know if this is like a hard fact, but that's one of the first like homage covers to like.
Yeah, dude. Comics
#1.
But it's like it came out in the Golden Age and it's homaging Detective One, right? Another Golden Age book. So I always find that to be such a cool book. Like I would love to track down an Atomic Comics one.
Well, here, let's take a look at that guy. Let's find us some detective. Here we go. Because we're all a bunch of Batman fans.
Oh, yeah.
We want to see the Bat. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's actually swiping the later issue.
It's 8.
Oh, is it?
8,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was swiping 1 for some reason, but
Yeah,
I guess that's more 8, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got the little box of jewels that's glowing in front of him.
Yeah, Tech 8.
Crazy. But a good eye catching that
Yeah, definitely.
from such a small picture.
I wouldn't say no to either of those books, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure. Did you have to give me that one? There's 2 of the grails.
One of my
over here.
Yeah, one of my biggest sales, which still isn't on its way yet because of the slowness of Metropolis /Comic Connect, is on that page. So
Which number?
26.
26.
First written mention of Batman.
First written mention. So is that like an ad for the upcoming issue?
Yeah, basically, like next issue of Detective Comics, the Batman. Something like that. That's not the exact language, but that's the gist of it. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
And there's
awesome.
JP's man crush.
Yeah, that's a big one. I got a few books on that page.
You do?
Yeah.
Let's point them out.
I have 42. I have 46. I have 48. Yeah. I think I might have 2 more on the next page, possibly.
Let's take a look at that.
60.
60 up here.
Yeah, I got 60. I got what's it?
You got this
67. 67. No, the one before that. No, the next one. Yeah, that's the first.
68, yeah.
68. That's the first Two-Face cover.
Two-Face, yeah.
Right.
This one's epic.
Yeah, that's just a classic Joker cover that's overpriced.
Every Joker cover is overpriced.
Yeah. Even the later ones.
Yeah, no kidding.
I have a Joker cover on that page, 102. Yep.
Right here.
Forgot to mention earlier too that Manhunt 13 I was telling you about. It's an LB Cold cover too. So.
Nice. Pretty sure I have 80 also. Tech 80. I forget.
We went to Detective, but we didn't stop by Batman.
What I got? Why there? 108, 109.
Here's some nice Batmans.
Oh yeah.
A couple on that page. Not enough yet, but I'm getting there.
I got a couple on those pages as well.
I'm after 11. That's my next target.
That's a good one.
Love 11. That's like one of my favorite.
That's like one of, if not the best.
I think Kenny's after that one too.
Yeah, he is.
Comic Head 84 told me about that yesterday.
I talked him out of buying a copy of it, I believe.
Did you?
That I didn't go in and swoop it or anything. I think it had too many issues.
That looks familiar.
He didn't realize that it had that many issues. Yeah, I got that one. Just Man Cave blessed me with the one right below it also.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Ring of Fire.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, this is the part of the Gerber guide where I get stuck for a long time, and then I start looking at my books, and I'm like, okay, well, what am I going after next and whatnot? And this section, along with the detective section, for me, is one of the reasons why I don't have a hard copy of this.
Yeah. So I had my eyes on this guy here, number 49, first Vicky Vale.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So Vicky Vale and Mad Hatter.
Yeah. So
we got DS Comics in the house. Thanks for joining us, man. And he's calling out All New 8. All American. All Stars. So I'm going to go back through here. Wait, hang on. There's an important book on this page. Oh. It's not this one.
Yeah, you don't want that one.
Where is it? Where is it? What number is that again?
So in the next Comic Connect auction, they're in the next Comic Connect featured auction. They're doing their two key books, or like their two featured books, like the highlights of the auction, is an All-Star 8 9.4 unrestored copy, first Wonder Woman, and then their second featured book is a Sensation 1, which is her second appearance and her first cover appearance, and in my opinion, the better book because it has a classic Wonder Woman on the cover, whereas All-Star 8, she's not on the cover.
So true.
They have a 9.6 of that going up, dude.
Wow.
9.6. It's insane.
That is crazy.
Like a retirement, man.
It's insane.
On that All New page too, they had a copy of All Negro Comics on there, which was the first African American
that's a good one.
comic that was published by African Americans as well too. So
Really?
It was only one issue. Yep, All Negro Comics.
I saw that when we were flipping through.
Yep.
Blue Bolt. Blue
Some
Beetle.
of those LB Cole covers.
That is the disappearing bra strap. Blue Beetle 54. Those of you who haven't seen that one. She has a bra strap. She has a bra on, but in the outside of the mirror, it doesn't appear that she has one.
Yeah. I don't have any of those, but those are really cool.
Yeah, I don't have them either.
Same with Blue Bolt. I don't have any of those, but I think they're all really cool.
We got some Charlton here. Or Quality Comics, I should say. Feature Comics.
Oh, yeah, Dick Tracy stuff. Famous Funnies.
Famous Funnies. What is it? No, that one's the Frazetta one's a Silver Age book.
Hey, TJ, what's going on?
Oh, 13-hour day from hell. Sorry, TJ. Well, you can settle in, have your dinner.
I had a 12 and a half hour day from hell, so I know what he's talking about.
Did they have any Black Spectre covers on there? No,
Any what?
Black Terror.
Black Terror. Well, yeah, right here. Exciting Comics is a whole run of them. Black Terror.
Those are some really cool covers. You can find a plethora of like Nazi covers on those Black Terrors.
Oh, I'm sure, given the age. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Flash Comics. The original Golden Age Flash.
This volume doesn't get to the letter P, though, does it?
It does not. But we can.
Because if it did, I was going to show my new Police Comics pickups, but I guess it doesn't get there. So
here's the Gay Comics.
Sorry.
Not quite what we thought it was. Gangbusters, Gangsters. Geneatry. There's just so much in here. I mean, like, there's literally almost everything in here except for the white spaces, and that's where he couldn't find someone who actually owned one out of all of the highest grouped collectors in the world. So if he can't find it, it had to be rare. Wait, we got Indian Fighter.
Yes, it's calling out Exposed 1, classic Strangler.
Exposed 1? Oh, let's take a look.
I know Exciting 45, the Schomburg robot cover, but I don't think I've seen Exposed 1, or maybe I don't remember. So,
I don't recognize it either.
yeah, I don't recognize it.
Some Doll Man. Here we go. We got Exciting. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wow. No, that is badass.
Zoom in that.
Right above my thumb.
Oh, and then Death standing out watching.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
The Riverside.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is super cool. And then we got Miss Mask. That's a cool one.
Did they have Alter Ego in there at all? I didn't catch to see if they had that. Alter Ego number 8 is the second appearance of Black Adam, but this first time he appeared on a cover.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I love that combination of a key because,
Right,
you
me
know,
too.
like obviously first appearance is first appearance, but when you can have a combined first cover with a second appearance, just like the Tech 68 second Two-Face, but first cover Two-Face. Like for me, like that, though, I target those kind of books because they're more realistic and they're still really, really cool. You know, for a lot of those, you know, popular characters that originated from this era.
So Alter Ego must have been called something else. Because like I showed at the beginning with the A1, right? It's like, you know, you've got these books that are representative as A1, but they're actually, you know, Ghost Rider,
right,
Coco and Cola, Jet, but they fall under A1 Comics as the imprint.
Right.
Why don't we play a game where you take all the pages and you start just, you know, you flopping them down, and then you put your finger down, and then that's the next book you have to go after.
Yeah.
Comic Terrible number 7. How about that?
Just hold all the pages on one side, and then like flip, you know, have them start just floating down, and then just put your hand in wherever it lands. All right, what are you going after?
None this I like.
What is it? I can't even see what it is.
Good. Charlie Chan.
Oh, Charlie Chan? I don't think I've ever seen a Charlie Chan.
Christmas Carnival.
What was that one book that your finger landed on? One, yeah.
Here, The Haunted. I dare you to read The Green Man. It's too funny. I'd go after this one. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Clairvoyant. That's a cool play on words.
I could see that being a fun game at a con. Like, not you have to buy it, but let's see if you can track it down.
Find it at the show.
Yeah, find it at the show. Like, can you?
You know what? Hell, I'll bring these next time we come up.
Find it at the show con challenge. Live on YouTube.
Oh, here we go. Get some Sheena.
Not Fawcett, but a Fiction House.
Yep. I got
one saying Cinderella 25 is one of the biggest romance books. That's a category I know very little about.
Yeah, me either.
I have a book that's in here.
Yeah, I got a couple of these.
I have one book that's in here. There it is.
I got 2 Jungle title books, I think, or maybe 3.
There it is.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah, my only Golden Age book.
Yeah, that's a cool one, dude.
I saw it and I was like, actually, I just did a video about it. I saw it on eBay.
I think I watched your video.
I haven't put it out. No, I sent you the picture.
You sent me the picture. That's right.
Yeah, I was talking to you about it on.
Because when you plopped it down there, I was like, I remember seeing it. But, yeah. Very cool, dude.
So
I don't have any. I don't have any
Gorilla.
slabs. I don't have any Fiction House slabs. All my Fiction House stuff is raw.
Yeah,
So
mine's
far.
raw too. I used to have one slab though. It was the Wantabi, or I forgot what his name is. The Jungle Kid.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
It's a Fiction House, but I don't know what year the one I had was.
Right. Like I didn't even really start experimenting with Fiction House until recently. So.
Harvey horror is so delicious. Oh my god, the covers on any Harvey horror are just insane. I mean, I love EC and I got a lot of EC, but like I've kind of took a break from that. These Harvey covers are just like what I'm after at this point.
Yeah,
Cool.
Man.
these are cool.
Yeah, they're just so
I love this
brutal.
cover.
Man. So brutal. There's like one with a kid. It's a very famous one too. It's a Harvey cover, and like its fate's like is rotting and melting off and stuff. It's like really. I can't remember which one it is. DS might know, but it is sick. Oh my lord. Harvey covers are so much better for pre-code horror.
So here's another advantage to this book. Actually, a couple here. So it also gives artist info, right? And I know that's extremely small, so let me zoom that in. So it gives artist info on the books. Like this one's a George Tuska cover, another George Tuska, Joe Doolin. All right, so you can actually kind of find this, and I'll show you something really cool in the second tome. But let's take a look at this real fast.
Oh, DS is a Chamber 23. Oh, he has a 4.0 for still. Oh.
He has one for sale. So this is a full index that tells you all the page. This tells you where all the pages where the stuff is. So what was that book?
Alter Ego. Yeah, I actually think it's maybe early 60s, so it may not be in here.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Well, I mean, this is supposed to go through 65, but yeah, it's not listed in Alter Ego. So I don't know, maybe that's just something that's on the cover. All right, so let's look at volume 2. I also love how they put all the really cool covers on the back. There's that Blue Beetle. These are all like the really well-known covers.
Suspense.
That Green Lantern cover.
Yeah.
Is that Punch 12? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to get more of that run. I've got 2 and 5 of Green Lanterns, the earliest ones I have.
So that's just volume 1, people. We got a whole nother big-ass book.
Are we cracking that open? Do we have enough time for that?
Oh, yeah. We got time. So, some other things.
Map over here.
What's that?
What is this? What do these dots on this map represent?
The dots on the map represent the locations that he went to where the collectors live to get the pictures.
Oh, so he went to Charlotte, because I see that right where that little dot is here. So I bet I knew who he went and saw.
Yeah, it looks like New York has been erased on the face of that map with all the dots.
Yeah.
New York City, definitely.
Yeah.
And then all the LA ones down there at the bottom of Southern California.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got San Francisco, Bay Area, Southern California, a couple up here in Chicago. Actually, the guy who he probably hit up here just passed away recently, and so one of his sons is actually a customer at my LCS, and he's like, I can't be involved in it because I'm too close to it, so like I can't be objective. I want to keep it all. So he sends the owner pictures, and it's like a stack, like just like spread out of like all of the the major superhero keys, like the All-Star Comics 8 and everything, and it's like, oh, stop doing that. And I have to, like, how do I not have any access to this? How do you not have access to this? You're killing me, man. But some more cool stuff here in the front of this book. It talks about phase 2 collecting, where we go through that collecting as a kid, and then either we or a mom or somebody who knows better throws it all out or gets rid of it, or we get rid of it, and then
that's what happened to me.
Later in our 20s,
yeah,
we go back, right? And it says like anywhere from 21 to 70 years old, we accidentally discovered phase 2 collecting. And it goes and it talks about that whole process, how we start going through and finding things, buying and selling, how to buy phase 2 comics, investment, selling as a dealer, restoration. So there's a nice section here on restoration, and then my favorite part is the social and historical impact of comics on society.
Well, that's just kept growing, hasn't it?
What's that?
I said that's definitely kept growing.
Oh yeah, and it goes, like I said, it goes into the history of it. Dr. Wortham and talking about the baby boom. There's just a lot. Oh, this is cool. Percent of category title by market share from 1938 to 1970. So you can see here in 1938, right, we had this super high peak of superhero books that levels off and kind of goes down, and around 48, where teen and humorous and TV books kind of take off, right, where you've got your Four Color and others. But then you see superheroes starting to make a steady climb back, right? This is the dawn of the superhero age in the Silver Age in Marvel Comics.
The Marvel Age.
The Marvel Age. That's right. And you got jungle and adventure comics that are really high to come down, and then romance, shoots up around the same time as the teen and the humorous come up around 48.
Yeah, I mean, the second half of the quote unquote golden age is really the Atomic Age and pre-code horror age. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
And there's a clear difference in the genre popularity, the mix of the comic book market at the time.
Oh, it's so true. One of the funny things is that when it talks about here during the Seduction of the Innocent and the Frederick Wortham witch trial, was that funny animal books, had a high spike in the early to mid 40s, and it was overtaken by horror, mystery, crime, science fiction books. And then after Wortham, they all disappeared. Right, it just shoots straight down.
Yeah.
Well, not all, but like just massive decrease, and then funny animal books pick up again.
Good old funny animal books.
Yeah, westerns in the 50s, huge. Oh yeah, and it talks about a quirk of collecting, about how people collect books for the ads that are in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Oh yeah,
it was
I'm in that column.
I hadn't even thought of it.
DS and I did a whole show once, like a year ago or something, where all we did was show Golden Age back covers for like an hour. It was pretty sweet. I love the back cover ads on Golden Age books, and I'm especially a big fan of the Baby Ruth ads. Personally, those are my favorites.
That's awesome. But this is one of the cool things right here is this artist index. Since prior to the 1960s, records were not kept of artists' names or their contributions to this art form. Rarely did they initial or sign their work. So they put in a reference for the artist, a reference index for the artists. So you can go on here, you can find an artist by last name, and then you can identify specific locations where they were able to identify that it was their work, and be able to note that. So like L.B. Cole here, so page 1509, and this one picks up with I think 409. Yeah, page 409. So let's do this. L.B. Cole, 434.
There was Katie Keene the first title in this volume?
Yeah, first title of this volume is Katie Keene. So we go to 434, and then we're looking for L.B. Cole. So evidently, it's not noted here in the artist info which one's the L.B. Cole, but there is an L.B. Cole on this page. Who knew he did little Audrey? It's not the easiest identifier, but it is pretty cool that they included that. Jack Kamen, obviously, he's got a lot of work on here.
Right.
But yeah, so it starts off with Katie Keene #1, Archie Comics series.
Probably have this ends at Z. This volume.
This one goes up to Z.
You probably have a lot of Johnny Craig, Jack Davis and stuff from all the EC stuff they did.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, here, let's do that. Let's find Jack Davis.
Jack Davis did a lot of Tales with the Crypt covers.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's 1100. No, maybe not. Let's see. 1183. Nope. Was it 1183? I think we've got enough. Doesn't appear to be enough pages for that. Huh. So that must go into volume 4.
Oh.
Or volume 3 or 4. So we've got it through 700 here. So let's find Jack Davis 720 and 697.
Oh, there's Wings covers. Look at all that.
That's a horror.
So, world's finest.
Here. Yeah.
War.
Tails will be in here.
What do we say? 7 what? 720. $697. So Thrilling Comics. There's some Jack Davis here.
Nice.
Let's see if we can find the end of that. Well, then we find some Schomburg.
Yeah.
77.
There will be some good Schomburg Wonder Comics issues in there. Those painted covers. Killer.
Here's a Schomburg right here. Thrilling Comics Western. 67.
It would be incredible if, like,
Another
I guess you can use a website like My Comic Shop or other websites, but if there was like a native app, like a standalone app on my phone that could be as convenient as looking through this guide, then I would be on that all day.
Well, there is something similar. You got Comic Collector app.
You mean the Key Collector app? The Key Collector app.
Key Collector, CLZ.
Oh, CLZ.
Yeah.
Isn't that? But that's more for like cataloging what you have rather than easily browsing through covers, right? Or
sure, but it does carry the cover. So in the app, you can just click on the add button and then type in the name and then locate it.
Can you do it by artists?
No, it's only by title mostly.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
All right, what do we want to see? So we got K through Z.
I want to see the. Yeah, well, those are cool too. Dude, everything's cool.
Exactly. Hey, that looks familiar.
Yeah, what's up, Man Cave?
Man Cave's in here. What's up, dude?
Man Cave showed up. Awesome. Wasn't that is that an AOK or was that a pickup? Copy.
Oh, Submariner 38. No, that was one of the books Paul had in his AOK stack for me. So yeah, that was awesome. Sid Shore's cover, right on time for Man Cave to get in here to tell me that it's a Bill Everett cover, and then for me to correct him that it's a Sid Shore's cover. So
right.
For the third night on YouTube in a row or something. I think
Well, yeah. Quick, Man Cave. What color is that? Oh, you know, it's the orange, right? Yeah. What color is that?
Well, he and I are no better in that category. I'm colorblind.
Oh, here we go. We got Strange all the way up to first Doctor Strange.
Those Avon Strange Worlds are really sick. I love those a lot too. Wally Wood had some work on that stuff.
Yeah.
And then my purchase from Heritage, I'm waiting on The Thing would be in here. The Thing number 12, which is actually Steve Ditko's first published comic book cover.
Oh, nice, dude.
That's a Wally Wood right there.
Yeah, it is.
And probably 5. No, 5. Wow. Oh, no, that's.
I did the one with the red monster with the eyes.
I just had to approve Man Cave's latest comment as a moderator. So just know that I had to push that comment through to the other side, Man Cave.
So
he's giving me the finger in the chat.
That's Wally Wood.
Them fighting words.
That one besides Wally.
Really Wally Wood.
Yeah.
Wow. Man Cave going at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Thing number 12, man. I'm happy to get my hands on that.
Thing number 12, huh?
Yep. The Thing 12.
Teenage romance.
I feel like you need like a 4K camera to like actually capture all these. Like,
Oh, you know what it is? Is that well, the phone has a 4K camera, but it just doesn't do it while it's streaming. Unfortunately.
Yeah, streaming live 4K.
Yeah. Dang.
Well, I think StreamYard cuts us down to 720.
Probably
it cuts down to 720 anyway.
Here we go.
Here we are.
Which number?
Number 12.
Thing 12. Yeah.
February 1954. First Steve Ditko published cover.
And number 12. Stephen J. Ditko.
Yep. That's his very first one.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I don't have a lot of Ditko in my collection, but that was one I wanted to get. It was like his first work, so it worked out and got a good price.
Yeah. We go all the way back to Zip Comics and Zebra.
Oh, did we look at Pep? Pep
we
this
can look
one?
at some Pep. Yeah. Zoot. Oh, look at these. I didn't even know about these.
Zoot.
Oh. So these all fall under Rula Jungle Goddess. Why is this at the end?
Huh.
I don't know.
You must have missed it. Oh, I see it. She starts here, and then I guess it goes into this.
It's a continuation.
Yeah. 16, 17, that's what it is. Those are awesome. I got to track those down.
Yeah, those are really cool. So I've never seen those.
I've never seen one of those either.
And
or maybe I did. I just
fortunately
didn't know what it was.
They're only $4 and $5.
Oh,
wait, no, that's the index. They're like $100 back then. That was
now.
That was only 30 years ago. All right, let's find us some Archie. Oh, wait, we got to stop for a second.
Ooh.
Police Comics.
Police.
Okay, please.
I didn't say. See, now I can whip out some of my pickups if you want to see them. But.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's one right there.
Yeah. I saw one of them. Saw another one. Yeah, there it is.
So DS had a Thing 12 and a 6.0 that he sold it a while back.
Yeah, that's a higher grade than I had, brother, or I have coming.
I respect his ability to part with these things. I don't have that kind of restraint. First Phantom Lady and Plastic Man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely a grail.
Those Planet Comics, man, I've been trying to get some of those lately too. Those are hard books to come by at good prices and finding them.
I don't have any of them.
Talk to Bud. You may have dupes.
Yeah, the black cover ones for Planet Comics are really hard to get hands on.
Sure. Like issue 3.
Those piracy issues have a lot of Wally Woodwork in those too for the covers.
Wait, where's the rocket one? Here it is.
Yeah.
58. I still don't know what's going on with this guy's arms. Why are his arms see-through? I can't understand. What's that?
You have that, Jimmy?
No.
Oh.
I'm just picturing like picturing like a comic book collector in the 80s, early 90s that actually used this as like their hunt list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And had like I don't know if you would like literally. Yeah, I don't know if you would like mark an X literally through the freaking cover or just put a little check mark near it or whatever. But I could see somebody doing that.
Put it in a
fine little dot right there.
There you go. Yeah, a little red dot like you saw the painting at an art gallery.
So we got some Pep comics here. These are World War II.
Yeah, so this is something I'd like to get into. I've been kind of like dipping my toes in with Golden Age Archie, focusing mainly on some of the lower profile titles or the main title, Archie solo title. But this is the origin of the Archie characters right here.
Yeah, I love how they've got them intermixed with the other character on there, the Shield.
Yeah,
Pep
22. Pep 22 is like. It's one of those just epic Golden Age grails.
Yeah, I want the Archie headlight cover and then Life of Archie 2. Those are the two that I want. So
Life of Archie 2 is great, but it's also what is it? Archie Annual 2 or Archie Annual 4 has almost the same cover as Life with Archie
Really?
2. Yeah.
Just not yellow?
With Betty and Veronica surrounding him, all sipping out of the same milkshake or whatever.
Yep. I love that cover.
Yeah. I have two copies.
Yeah, but our friend here has 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, the other one is Pep 26 for me. I really want that first Veronica. First Veronica Lodge. So I'm a Veronica guy. I mean, I appreciate Betty. Don't get me wrong, but Pep 26. That'd be great.
3 on a soda is the life.
Pep 22. Oh, that's the first Archie.
Yeah, Pep 22 is first Archie.
I wonder what that goes for.
And it's first Betty, so like you can't get first. You can't just get first Betty, or first Jughead. You get first Betty, Jughead, and Archie in Pep 22.
Wow.
I got a couple of these. I got 3 of these.
Man Cave's got one of these.
Yeah.
We've got a bicentennial over there to the left too.
I got that Superman 11.
I got that one.
Breaking the Chains.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have that.
Holy God.
Yeah, that's one of my best Superman books by far.
Is that was that in the multiple 4-digit?
No, mine's conserved, so I got a significant discount on it. But it's a nice grade. It's like a 5.5, I think. My copy 5.5.
Man Cave says Jackpot 4 is a good Archie. That's in the last book though. We're not going backwards, people. We're going forwards. Oh, wait. So we need Starling stories, right?
Well, I don't know. I think Jackpot 4 is cool, but he's not really on the cover. He's like it's almost like a little promo head image of Archie. And I would personally rather have Pep 36, like that full cover appearance where he's like sitting on top of the other 2 dudes.
You sell Jimmy. That is an awesome Splash Smasher. So.
That's one of my customers. He just gave it to me yesterday to press. Oh, here we go. Got some showcase. Yeah, falls under the 1965. Oh, that means that we're going to have.
On the same page.
Oh yeah, that's a big one on my list one day.
My kid wants me to target this one next year.
Yeah, exactly, DS. Otherwise, ASM 315 would be Venom's first cover, and that's, it's just a Venom head in a circle,
right.
Or whatever. It's the same situation with Archie.
Shock suspense stories.
Yep.
The Shadow. Sheena.
Yeah, I have one Shock suspense stories. I'm trying to move
those jungle covers.
I'm trying to move it for like 6 months.
Look and see if Smash Comics is in there. There's a Smash Comics cover that I'm really, really after. It's got the spirit under a street light like he normally is, and it's just such a cool cover. Oh, there's an Iron Vic. I actually have that.
Where?
The page you're holding up to, if you flip over your hands underneath the page. Yeah, keep going. Just let go of the page. Yeah, right there on the right, there's an Iron Vic. I found that not too long ago, high grade, and it's so scarce. It's on the right. It's on the page to the right. Yep, right next to your middle finger. To the right. Yep. It's pretty interesting. That's his first appearance. He's stranded on an island and gets superpowers. Later, they decide to put him. It's called Single Series issue number 22. He later appears on back cover of Single Series, and then later they start a baseball series with him where he has this super strength and he can hit balls out of the park with ease, but they never go back and talk about his superhero powers, and then he just lives a long life being a great baseball player. So it's kind of interesting. But that's his first appearance. It's very, very oddball comic.
Yeah, DS is calling out Pep 34. That cover is so badass. I mean, it's not. It's like more of. I guess it's more of a cover grail or World War II grail, maybe. I don't know, but
Pep 30.
yeah, it's less of an Archie grail than those other things. But such a
he's the
cover.
Oh yeah, look at this. I know why DS likes it so much. Look at the fangs on that guy.
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty wild.
And he's got the big swastika
Yeah, on his hat.
That's that, yeah.
Wait, what were we were looking for something back here? What was it?
Oh, Smash Comics.
Smash Comics. I just got this. Lois
Nice.
Lane. Smash Comics.
There it is.
I only have one Smash Comics. I forget what number it is.
Number is that I'm looking for. Let me see if I see
Number 6 has a guy strapped to a rocket with a monocle.
Yeah, this one he's like standing on the curbside in the street, and there's this nice billboard behind him. It's all a night shot. It's really cool. I don't see it on this one.
Here it is.
Yep, there it is. Yep.
Number 46.
They had it on here it is recently. It had 9.6.
Damn.
It's really nice. Yeah, I didn't get it, but I was like, wow.
That's funny. DS has issues, and I want all of them, Man Cave says. Saint.
We all have issues. In more ways than one.
Yep.
Much good stuff. So I got this because I'm like, if I'm going to get into Golden Age books, I got to know what I'm looking for and what I like. And I got everybody telling me, "Oh man, this book's awesome. Oh, I got to check this out." Like the only thing I generally look at is the superhero stuff. So I'm like, here we go, Parole Breakers. Right on. So I'm like, I got to see what's available. Patsy and Hetty, number 1.
My buddy at the LCS, man, he's a huge Patsy Walker fan. He gets everything there.
I love those redheads. Well, we could go on this for hours, just flipping through this thing.
Yeah.
Man.
My recommendation.
I think we're past an hour already. It's crazy.
More
We
fun.
started a little late, so we're just we're right at about an hour. But yeah, I mean, if you haven't had the opportunity to look at these, please do.
Those more fun Spectre covers are just
there's
incredible.
Spectre covers.
Just incredible.
And those Dr. Fate covers are really cool.
And Dr. Fate covers, yeah.
Let's get some Dr. Fate. Oh, here we go. Here's a Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Some cool stuff. Yeah, it's just such a great volume to be able to view what's out there historically. And like I said, the prefaces have so much really great information about the business, about the hobby, and it's just, I mean, all of it's true, and we know it from our own perspectives and from our own lives. But there's just such good stuff in here.
It's really cool, and I feel like exploring Golden Age and collecting Golden Age has been a whole lot more fun to me, and defining kind of what I like and what fits in my collection well and what represents what I like, especially like horror and specific superheroes, has been a lot of fun. So something like this is really awesome stuff. Thanks for sharing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, dude.
You had to know what it was, right? Because if you don't know, you got to know.
Yeah.
And I can't walk away from here without representing some of the Golden Age caps.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, those are
My
good.
back hurts every time I see that.
Says the guy who just picked up 2 of them. What was it? 5 and 6?
5 and 8.
8.
5 and 8. So
Could have got a 2, but it was coverless. But I'm just too much of a snob to buy coverless. But yeah.
I have to draw a line when it comes to Golden Age books because I get that they're not necessarily what I mean. You got to expect that they're going to come in a little rough, right?
Yeah.
And because of the age, if nothing else. But the other side of that is that I can't handle a book that's just like chewed all the pieces, right? Like it's not kind of mostly complete in the cover itself. You know what I mean? I can't go for something like that. Like I've seen some 0.5s where it's like the cover is just so chewed up, it's just barely there.
Right.
I can do detached cover, but I'd rather have a detached cover that's complete instead of a split cover. A split cover is just, it's almost too much for me. But I can do a detached cover if the cover's still,
Yeah, I'm good with that. Honestly, I'm good with almost anything so long as I'm personally happy when it comes like with it
because I just want to present well,
with
right?
the combination of presentation and price, and if I'm okay, I'm good with Golden Age. Like once you get into the ages beyond Golden Age and comic book collecting, then I have way more preferences, I guess you could call them, or like specificity in the book after or whatever. But I have way more leeway when it comes to Golden Age, obviously, because I
collect a lot of
you can't be too choosy, or else you may never get it.
Exactly. I mean, I was sort of alluding to, but these are my latest Golden Age pickups. This Police Comics 110.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Police Comics 110, Police Comics 76, great plastic man cover right there, yellow cover. Love that one. And then the nice one right here.
Oh,
yeah, that's one that's on my list for sure.
Yeah, Police Comics 15, first cover appearance of Spirit in comics.
Really?
Yeah,
that's great.
Right there, in the back. But also a great Plastic Man cover under it.
Absolutely.
So
yeah. I have to show this up. This isn't mine. This is, again, one of my customers. He brought it to me yesterday, but I had to show it off because it's so pretty.
Are you pressing it?
I'm pressing it. And let me tell you, this thing's already in the 9s. And I'm pressing out, the rest of the defects from it because it's got.
I have that book.
It's got a bend down the side here that's not color breaking.
That's Alex Schomburg. That's 51. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's one of my Golden Age caps.
Yeah,
it is literally the nicest looking copy of a Golden Age book I've ever held in my hands. I mean, the thing is just gorgeous.
That's crazy, dude.
But yeah, so we're gonna clean up the yellows and the whites and press it out. And
have you done a lot of like CPR work on Golden Age books, or is that semi?
I haven't CPR'd anything yet, but he brings me a fair amount.
I got a book I want to send to you, Jimmy. I want to see what you can do. I got a bunch of those air fighters I picked up. Actually, Man Cave's getting one, but they're all real dirty. They're great condition, page quality's excellent. They're just real dirty. And,
yeah,
I know there's a little bit different because of the type of paper it is. So I might
you gotta know what to do with that, especially because like you look at the backs of these, right? And it's not like usually like a regular white, right? There's usually a lot of busy going on. Like this is yellow, right? And I can clean yellow without taking the color out of it, right? But a lot of the times they're really busy advertisement pages, and because of the type of paper it is, you can only use certain materials to clean it with. Otherwise, you start lifting ink off of it, and it's just bad.
Yeah.
I'm too afraid to get into person messing up my own books.
Yeah, I hate people that know what they're doing. I'm going to pay way more.
That's what you're doing. You're doing a good job. But
yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's just something that I got into for my own benefit, and then it was like I started doing work for my LCS.
Yeah, I watched the video where you did your whole origin story on that, so that was cool.
Yeah, so but now it pays for my hobby, so
yeah, for sure. Awesome.
Keep it rolling.
All right, fellas, I think I got to call it a night here.
Absolutely, yeah. We're gonna end this. I want to thank the 6 people that showed up. Thank you so much.
Thank you, 6 people.
And the 700 that are going to watch this on the rewind because
and Dave, Hudat, Backseat Driver 5280, all you guys.
Man Cave, Diaz, yes. Everybody, thank you for coming out and checking this out.
PJ was in there.
Zach, you got some food.
Zach B. K. Titus from Japan was in here. Comic Collector Tim was in here.
Zach B.
Yeah, Zach B is in here. So.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I appreciate it. And everybody have a lovely night.
Bye.